Imagine trying to connect with someone who seems to push you away the more you try to get closer. Now, what if I told you that with the right understanding and approach, you could make that person feel completely safe and secure, without the pressure they fear? This isn't just a skill, it's the key to transforming any relationship, whether it's with a friend, a partner, or a colleague. Remember, creating safety for an avoidant doesn't mean pushing them to change. It's about creating an environment where they feel understood, accepted, and free from pressure. And when you do this, you'll not only build a deeper connection, but you'll also unlock the potential for trust, love, and growth together. The first crucial step in making an avoidant feel safe is understanding their inner world. To connect with an avoidant, it's essential to recognize that their actions and responses are often not personal. They stem from deep-seated fears and emotional patterns developed over time. Many avoidants have experienced situations where emotional vulnerability led to pain, rejection, or abandonment. These experiences shape how they approach relationships, causing them to develop a self-protective mechanism that pushes people away when they feel too close or too emotionally invested. It's important to understand that for an avoidant, the instinct to withdraw isn't necessarily about disliking or rejecting the other person, but rather a defense mechanism against potential emotional distress. At the heart of the avoidant's inner world lies the fear of being overwhelmed or consumed by the emotions of others. They have an inherent desire for independence and self-sufficiency. For many avoidants, the idea of being too close to someone feels like a threat to their autonomy. Emotional intimacy can feel like an invasive force, and the intensity of it may feel suffocating. This is why they often pull back or shut down when someone tries to get too close, especially when they sense that the relationship is demanding more from them than they are comfortable giving. They fear that losing control or being vulnerable will lead to emotional pain. Another key aspect of the avoidant's inner world is their struggle with trust. Trust is a complex and sensitive issue for them. It's not that avoidants don't want to trust others, it's that they often don't trust their own ability to manage the emotions that come with intimacy. Opening up to someone means making themselves vulnerable, and vulnerability is a risk they're not often willing to take. This fear of being hurt, rejected, or abandoned is so ingrained that avoidants may even push others away before they have the chance to experience that pain. Understanding that their reluctance to trust or get close isn't a reflection of their feelings toward the other person can be eye-opening. Understanding the avoidant's inner world requires patience and empathy. It's about recognizing that their behavior is a coping mechanism, a way of managing past hurts or fears rather than a deliberate attempt to push others away. Many avoidants have spent years, if not decades, protecting themselves emotionally, and these patterns are deeply embedded in their psyche. When trying to connect with an avoidant, it's crucial to approach the situation with an open mind and a compassionate heart. The more you can step into their shoes and see the world from their perspective, the better you can navigate the complexities of your relationship with them. By understanding their fears and anxieties, you'll be better equipped to offer the reassurance and stability they need to feel safe without feeling pressured. Building trust with an avoidant is a gradual process that requires patience, consistency, and a deep understanding of their needs. Trust isn't something that can be instantly given or earned. It's something that must be nurtured over time through repeated, small actions that demonstrate reliability and safety. For an avoidant, trust is fragile, and it's often built in the smallest of moments, in the quietest of gestures. If you want to make an avoidant feel safe without pressuring them, you must focus on creating a foundation of consistency in your actions and words. For an avoidant, the concept of emotional security is closely tied to predictability. When someone is emotionally reliable and steady, the avoidant can start to feel safe. This predictability doesn't mean they need every aspect of their life controlled, but rather it helps them trust that when they engage with you, you won't push them into uncomfortable or overwhelming emotional situations. For example, being reliable in small things, like showing up when you say you will, or responding to their messages with understanding and patience shows them that you can be counted on. When avoidants experience consistency in how you show up for them, they begin to relax and allow themselves to feel secure in the relationship. But reliability doesn't just mean doing the same things over and over again. It means being emotionally available without overwhelming them. Avoidants can struggle with emotional depth because they often feel that emotions are something they can't control. If you create an environment where your emotional expressions are steady and not demanding, it allows the avoidant to engage with you at their own pace. They don't feel pressured to reciprocate emotions or deepen the connection before they're ready. This allows them to trust that their boundaries will be respected and that they won't be forced into emotional intimacy quickly. Consistency also means that your words align with your actions. Avoidants often carry a significant amount of skepticism, and they're naturally inclined to protect themselves from people who might not be genuine. If you say one thing but do another, you risk losing their trust because inconsistency feels like a red flag to someone who's already been hurt in the past. When you show up with integrity, when your actions match your promises, you begin to build a sense of emotional safety that reassures them they can trust you, not just with their feelings, but with their vulnerability. Additionally, trust is reinforced through patience. Avoidants need space, time, and emotional room to open up, and they need to know that you're not rushing them or expecting too much too soon. The more you show that you're not in a hurry to push them into deeper emotional waters, the more they will begin to trust that you're someone they can rely on without the fear of being overwhelmed. The key is to prove to them, day by day, that you are a stable, trustworthy presence in their life, and that no matter what happens, you won't pressure them to move faster than they're ready to go. This consistency and patience are the cornerstones of building a lasting trust with an avoidant. When trying to build a safe environment for an avoidant, one of the most important things to understand is their need for space. For an avoidant, space is not just a desire, it's a crucial necessity. It allows them to breathe, to regain control over their emotions, and to process their thoughts without the feeling of being suffocated by someone else's expectations. However, there's a delicate balance here. While avoidants need space to feel safe, they don't want to feel abandoned or forgotten. Key is to offer them the room they need without withdrawing completely, showing that you respect their boundaries but also remain emotionally available. For an avoidant, the fear of being overwhelmed is closely tied to their need for space. Intimacy can feel like a heavy weight, and when they feel that weight coming from the other person, they instinctively distance themselves. But this distancing doesn't mean they no longer care or want to cut the connection. It's simply their way of protecting themselves from emotional intensity. Giving an avoidant the space they need doesn't mean shutting them out or pulling back emotionally. It means offering them the opportunity to process their feelings and thoughts in their own time. It's a form of respect, recognizing that they're not ready to open up or engage deeply, and that's okay. This space allows them to avoid feeling overwhelmed, which is essential for building trust and a deeper connection. However, while space is important, it's equally crucial that they don't feel like they're being abandoned. This is where many people mistakenly go wrong. When an avoidant withdraws, it's easy to misinterpret this as a signal that they don't want to be around anymore. This can lead to the temptation to step back completely, leaving them in isolation. But for an avoidant, this withdrawal can feel like rejection. What they need is reassurance that while you respect their need for space, you're still present and available when they're ready to connect. It's about finding the balance between giving them room and being there when they reach out. A simple but powerful way to show them this balance is through communication. If they need time to themselves, gently let them know that you understand and are giving them the space they need. At the same time, reassure them that you're available when they feel ready to engage again. This isn't about pushing them to open up or get closer before they're ready, but rather showing them that they can take the time they need without fearing that the relationship is at risk. It's about demonstrating emotional availability without pressure. The idea of space also extends to emotional space. Avoidants often struggle with emotional intensity, and sometimes the best way to make them feel safe is by offering a calm, steady presence. When emotions run high, they might retreat into themselves to avoid getting overwhelmed. By maintaining a composed, steady demeanor, you give them the reassurance that they can stay in control of their feelings and don't have to fear being swept up by someone else's emotional needs. This emotional space is just as important as physical space, because it allows the avoidant to feel that they can engage with you on their terms at their own pace, without the risk of being engulfed by the relationship. Effective communication with an avoidant requires a delicate approach, rooted in empathy and understanding, without pushing them to confront emotions they're not ready to handle. For an avoidant, the fear of being overwhelmed is always lurking beneath the surface, and they are extremely sensitive to emotional pressure. They often perceive direct, intense conversations as demands, even when they may not be intended as such. Key to connecting with an avoidant is to communicate with patience and sensitivity, creating an environment where they feel safe to express themselves without fear of judgment or being overwhelmed. Empathy is the cornerstone of successful communication with an avoidant. It's not just about listening to their words, it's about attuning yourself to their feelings and needs, even when they're not explicitly stated. Avoidants often have difficulty expressing themselves emotionally because they fear vulnerability. They may prefer to avoid discussing difficult topics or may shut down when faced with a direct emotional conversation. Instead of pushing them to talk about their feelings, approach the situation with gentleness, allowing them to share in their own time. Let them know that you're there to listen without any expectations or pressure for them to respond in a certain way. This creates a safe space where they don't feel coerced into opening up before they are ready. Another important aspect of communicating with an avoidant is understanding the subtle ways they may communicate their feelings. Avoidants often express discomfort or emotion through nonverbal cues or indirect communication. Instead of insisting on verbalizing their thoughts and feelings in a direct conversation, observe their body language, tone of voice, and other subtle signs that may indicate how they're feeling. Acknowledging these nonverbal cues demonstrates that you are attuned to their emotions even when they don't fully verbalize them. This can help them feel seen and understood, without feeling pressured to engage in deep conversations they may not be prepared for. The most important thing to keep in mind when communicating with an avoidant is to avoid making them feel like they have to fix anything. Avoidants often come from a place where they've had to take care of their emotional needs on their own, and when they sense that someone is trying to fix them, it can create resistance. Rather than trying to solve their problems, offer your support by validating their emotions and offering a listening ear. Show them that their feelings are valid and that you are there for them without any strings attached. This helps them feel accepted for who they are, without the pressure to change or meet someone else's emotional expectations. Moreover, it's important to give them space to express themselves when they are ready. Instead of pushing for answers or forcing a conversation to happen on your timeline, be patient and let them open up at their own pace. The more you provide a non-judgmental, patient presence, the more likely they will feel comfortable sharing their feelings with you. This approach creates an environment where the avoidant feels respected and safe, knowing they can express themselves when they feel ready, without the fear of being overwhelmed or pressured. Ultimately, empathetic communication with an avoidant is about creating an atmosphere of safety where they feel seen and heard without any emotional demands. It's about respecting their boundaries while offering gentle support and understanding, allowing them to engage with you on their terms. Through this kind of communication, you help break down the walls they've built around themselves, gradually encouraging them to open up and build a deeper, more trusting connection over time. In conclusion, creating a safe space for an avoidant without applying pressure is a delicate art that involves understanding their inner world, building trust, respecting their Need for space and communicating with empathy. By first understanding the avoidant's deep-seated fears and emotional patterns, we begin to recognize that their need for distance or emotional withdrawal is not about rejecting us, but rather a coping mechanism rooted in past experiences of hurt or fear. They don't push others away because they don't care. They do so because emotional closeness feels like a threat to their sense of control and independence. This understanding is the foundation upon which all other aspects of building a connection with an avoidant are built. Trust, the second essential component, is something that cannot be rushed. It is established through consistency and small, reliable actions over time. For an avoidant, predictability and stability are vital because they need to know that the person they are opening up to is emotionally safe and won't overwhelm them. This trust isn't earned through grand gestures or forceful efforts to create emotional intimacy. Instead, it is cultivated through everyday actions, showing up when you say you will, respecting their emotional boundaries, and maintaining a steady presence in their life. The more consistently you demonstrate reliability and patience, the more they will begin to trust that they can depend on you without the risk of being emotionally overwhelmed. Equally important is respecting an avoidant's need for space. Space is not about withdrawing from the relationship, but about offering them emotional room they need to feel safe and in control. By giving them space without withdrawing completely, you show them that you respect their boundaries and are willing to wait for them to come to you on their own terms. However, it's vital to ensure that this space doesn't make them feel abandoned. Instead, it should be accompanied by gentle reassurance that you're still available for connection when they're ready. Striking this balance is one of the most powerful ways to create an environment in which an avoidant feels safe and unpressured. Lastly, communication plays a critical role in making an avoidant feel safe. By communicating with empathy and without emotional demands, you can ensure that they feel heard, understood, and respected. Avoidants often communicate indirectly or through nonverbal cues, so it's crucial to be attuned to their emotional state, even when they're not openly sharing. The goal isn't to force them into conversations they're not ready for, but to create an emotionally safe environment where they feel comfortable sharing on their own terms. By offering empathy, patience, and a non-judgmental presence, you allow the avoidant to feel seen and accepted, which fosters the growth of trust and emotional intimacy over time. In this way, you can help them feel safe without the pressure of having to meet emotional expectations before they're ready. Thank you for your time and attention today. I hope the insights shared have been helpful and empowering. Remember, creating meaningful connections with others takes patience, understanding, and empathy, and the steps we've discussed today are just the beginning of building that trust. Goodbye for now, and best of luck in your journey to connect with those around you in a more meaningful and authentic way. Feel free to reach out whenever you need more guidance or support. Take care.